All right, let me start with the first part. This is a this is Java tutorial, SCJP Java tutorial, Sun Certified Java Programmer tutorial. This is going to be the 1.6. I'm doing the sixth level. I know 7's already up, but we're going to add that eventually in the long run. I just want to start some of the quick basics you need to know. I'll start with that, and then I'll start putting in some code. So let me just start off with some of these tutorials. So basically, what is Java? Java, it's a collection of objects, as you can see right here. Collection of objects that basically talk to each other by invoking each other's methods. Methods are basically the behavior in a class. A method could be jump method and how to an object something jumps. It can go uphill and something goes uphill like a vehicle, things like that. Those are just some examples, but you'll see it definitely in code. But remember what Java is. Java basically is a collection of objects, and they talk to each other by invoking each other's methods. Um, each object is of a different type, and type I'll get into it. So type is defined by the class itself. You can see here type defined by the class and defined by the interface. So what are the four parts of a Java class? Class, basically a class is, and I'll show you in code, this is quick. This is a quick PowerPoint, just 7 slides. Class, it's a template that describes state and behavior that objects support. So what is an object? Everybody's getting confused right there. What's an object? That's the main thing. It's made when the JVM, the Java Virtual Machine, finds the new, always remember that the new keyword in its code. You'll see this when I make some code. It makes an instance of the class it is in. That object class basically was carbon copied to be used as its own state, virtually done. This is virtually done. When you make your class, hit the run method, it basically makes a copy of that in the memory, and then you can use that. And the only way to access it is via the new keyword or a few other tricks Java does here. But we'll get into that when we see some code. What is state? Each object created virtually has its own set of the variables that were defined in the class. And its state. What is behaviors? Methods. This is the behavior, the movement, the logic, execution, and where data is manipulated within methods. That's what gives each class its behavior. This is a quick review. Don't get confused. We're going to go look through code. Make it easy. The important topics in Java. When you start reading up on Java, doing some code, you're going to hear a word like inheritance. So what is inheritance? Basically, code used in one class, class 1, can be reused in another class, class 2. This is central to Java and object-oriented programming. This is the main stuff. An example could be public class, class 1, extends class 2. You inherit from class 2. Here's another piece. You'll see Java, learn in Java when you read up on it. Abstract class. What is an abstract class? Basically, it can never be instantiated. It has to be extended. The methods always end with a semicolon rather than curly braces. Always remember that. And abstract classes methods always end with a semicolon rather than curly braces. Here's an example. Abstract class animal, public abstract void eat, public abstract void jump. Interfaces, big one. What is an interface in Java? It's basically a 100% abstract class, just like the abstract class I mentioned. Companion to inheritance. That's what it is. It's a companion to inheritance. And it contains only constants and abstract methods. You'll see that when we code some. So if you implement an interface, you must write the code for its methods. Anytime you implement an interface, you have to use those methods, write the code for them. But then you'll see when we write some code, there's another trick with it that when you hear people mention a concrete class, and that's the class that would basically write the methods from this interface. But we'll get to that. Don't get confused right now. This is just an overview of what inheritance is, abstract class, classes, and things like that. Java, and also you'll hear about access modifiers in Java. You'll have 4 of them: public, protected, default, and private. Public, protected, default, and private. Default basically is you don't put protected, public, nor private in front of it, your class, when you create your class. That's the default. So here are the access modifiers and what they mean. A default basically means package level. How you can access it, it was only accessed via package level. Public, this one down, public, if I can find my cursor. No, well anyways, it's public. All classes within any package has access, while the class is also visible or seen, can be seen. So basically public, all the classes within any package can access it. While, and remember that, while the other class is trying to access the public class, it must be also visible in order to access it. Always remember that. So if I'm trying to access a public class, the class that I'm using to access that public class must be also public too. Basically, that's what visible means, to see. So I can see, it can see each other, and it can grab information from the other class. Private. Private only accessed by the class that declared them. So anything within that class is by that class is declared them. Only accessed by the class. Protected. It's identical to default. Access, the one means package level, but can be also accessed through inheritance as well, even if in a different package. Always remember that. So that's the end of our slides. Let me break out of that. Go into some miniature code here. That's it.